guys, what's going on? My name is Mike and we're here playing some Awesomenauts today. We got a little Lonestar gameplay, and I want to thank Ronimo for the amazing music I used in my intro. Hope you guys like that. Now, we're probably not going to be talking a lot about the game today. I got a little topic for you guys I want to talk about. It's Fundamental Attribution Error, or some people call it correspondence bias. That's basically when you tend to overvalue personality-based explanations instead of situational. So, like, you see a car, it's parked a little squish, and you go, wow, that guy's a horrible driver, instead of, wow, that guy must have really been in a rush to park that way. Actually, I got the idea for this topic from an article on Lifehacker, which I'll leave you the link in the description, but we're going to be talking about a little bit of the stuff from that article. What they use in the article actually is a GM Motors plant in Fremont. It was a huge disaster there. Everything was a constant fight with the workers. They had a union admits actually that they spent way more time with like grievances, dealing with just crap basically, because people were really unhappy. And you know, a lot of people said if you wanted something, you could get it in the plant. Just anything illegal crap. Nobody was really doing their job, and if the management tried to punish them, well, they'd come back. They'd, you know, make cars bad. They'd scratch the paint. They'd put you know, loose bolts in hard to reach places. And in around 1982, actually, they just said, we're out of this. They just closed the plant. But Toyota actually took a look at it. They said, you know what, this is not as bad as they say. So they decided to partner with GM, reopen, and hire back actually all of the same staff who, according to GM, were these horrible, terrible workers, right? So they took them, these guys working there 20, 25 years, a long, long time, right? So they flew them out to Japan, showed them what a car assembly line is like the Toyota way, which was really cool. You know, if there was a problem, the guys in Toyota in Japan could stop the line. Manager would come over, what do you need? They'd help out. And you know, these guys from Fremont were just like blown away by the fact that you could work this way. You gotta remember, this is 1982, so a lot of this stuff, it's been around for a while, but in the grand scheme of things, not that long. So, you know, really quality work conditions like that just cause them to have this really emotional reaction. So, you know, what happens is these guys, they go back to Fremont. They reopen the plant about 3 months afterwards, and you know, everything just is a complete about face. You know, people started showing up for work more. They no longer had to go across the street and drag the worker in from the bar. You know, the machines were getting the highest ratings. Everything was just so much better because this is how they set up. And that's what the article I was reading actually calls fixing the machine. And basically, if a system isn't working, you don't just yell at the gears. If your computer isn't working, you don't yell. Well, maybe you do yell at your computer. That doesn't help. Really, you got to fix it. You got to get in there. You got to see what's wrong, right? If a gear is too big, you don't yell at the gear to try and get that gear to shrink. You replace it with a better gear. So fixing or adjusting the system is what they did. You know, the example they use actually is a treehouse. If you want to build a treehouse, you're really great at hammering things. You're really great, you know, with carpentry, but your engineering skills kind of horrible. And every treehouse you build, it just falls down. So what do? You don't yell at the treehouse. You don't tell it to stay up. You don't keep going because you're not capable of doing that job. You call your buddy Fred from down the street and say, hey Fred, you know, you're really good at engineering, you know, structural integrity. Why don't you come up and see if we can pick something together here? And you know, we'll work on it together. I still get to do my part, which is hammering and carpentry, which I really enjoy. And at the end of the day, I get my treehouse. You know, who cares who actually designed it? I got my treehouse, right? So they kind of go on to talk about here. Actually, a college essay, or rather a test of essays, where this character Jim is said to have been forced to write this essay. Either you get to choose whether or not you want to positively endorse Castro, if you have to say horrible things about him, or if you have to write a positive review of Castro. So what happens is, in the ones where people were forced even to write a positive review of Castro, although in reading it you could tell that these arguments were forced, people who read it still felt that the person who wrote this must really have believed that Castro was a positive influence or a positive thing. Whereas, you know, in reading it, you could tell that these arguments were forced upon him and he was only doing it because he was made to. So this is, again, just, this must be a personality thing, right? This is just a fundamental error. Really, that's just how it was forced. So yeah, like, they continue on saying our natural reaction when someone gets mad, or when someone screws up, sorry, our natural reaction is just get angry at them, and that's what happened at the old GM plant. They would just yell at people. You know, you're not doing your job right. Yell, 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 angry all the time. But do you really think these guys like screwing up? Probably not. I don't like screwing up. I like doing stuff right. That's why I put so much effort into this commentary. I spent a lot of time tweaking the audio, get everything fantastic for you guys, right? And so, you know, if you're doing something wrong, just reevaluate. Don't get angry at yourself. Just reevaluate. Find something that works. Right? At the old GM plant, guys were always screwing shit up. Car engines in backwards. Cars without steering wheels. No brakes. Somewhere they messed up. They had to start. Towed off the line. Management would just yell at the workers. And what can you do? You know, if things are moving so fast, you're putting out a car a minute. Think about the logic of that, guys. One car every 60 seconds. Think about how much work goes into a car. How much time do you really think you have to get stuff perfect? Probably almost none, right? But what happens? Toyota comes in. They actually add a stop to the assembly line. So if something's going wrong, you pull the big red cord, the whole line shuts down, you get caught up. Management comes over to see if they can help speed things along, because obviously you still want to hit that target of a minute. You want to make money. But you know, they go in, they fix that up. They actually start to put things all throughout the plant. Worker morale improves. Right? They put down mats. Sorry, just have a sip of tea here. Throat's a little dry. Yeah, so they put down mats and cushions for when you need to kneel. Shelves all along. Special tools. You know, you can imagine putting together a car. You probably need a lot of tools. So they get the special tools. They get everything. Worker morale increases. Productivity increases. Everything goes better. And this is why you got to work on fixing the problem at a fundamental level. Now, why am I talking about this? Why does some plant in GM actually matter? Well, think about your life goals, right? Let's say you want to lose some weight, but, you know, every time you exercise, you give up. Is that your fault? Some would say it is. I would say there's a problem with the system you're using in trying to lose weight. Maybe you should hold yourself accountable by setting up a card where every day that you don't work out, you just mark a little X on the card. And eventually in your mind, it'll just kind of fix itself. You'll really focus on not getting that X. You're just changing it so it gives you something that motivates you, right? Like, that's the point here. If something isn't working, don't get mad at what's not working. Search through the system, try and figure out what's wrong. You can apply that to every part of your life, guys. You know, just every single part. You can't force yourself to change who you are, how you feel. But what you can do is you can come up with ways that work for you. You know, maybe you really like a certain show. So what do? Every time you do something you don't like working out, or you know, maybe you don't like mopping the floor. Every time you do something you don't like, you reward yourself. You know, and that's the way you change the system. What other ways can we change the system here? You know, and there's another thought into this. How do you treat your fellow man? Like, if you think about it, when you see someone doing something that you would say is incorrect, what do you think? That person is doing it incorrect on purpose? Well, maybe, but more likely there's a situational reason for that. Like I said, you know, what if you're at, say, what if you're at, say, like the hospital, and you see a car that's parked really kind of squishy, and you're thinking, wow, that guy's, you know, a douche. He parked this car squish at the hospital, and now I can't get in to, you know, get my flu checked out. Well, maybe that guy's wife is pregnant, and he just needed to get in there quickly. Maybe that guy's kid is sick. You know, you start trying to change your mind a little bit and focus on thinking about, you know, maybe people just aren't that horrible. You know, did that guy park horrible on purpose? Probably not. He's probably got a reason for that. You know, at the end of the day, not everything is just people doing things just to be dicks, right? Try and think about the situation people are in. So, you know, that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. It's just try and think a little more about everyone around you, right? Maybe try and help people consider you. If you've ever done something that, you know, perhaps is not actually correct. Undoubtedly you have. I've done tons of things that probably aren't correct, that people will probably think, hey, that guy's a dick. But really it's just a situational thing where I had to do it that way. Yeah, so there's explanations for why we think this way. You know, there's not really any universally accepted way as to why this happens, but there's a belief that people just get what they deserve and deserve what they get, and attribution failures to these causes are kind of unchangeable, uncontrollable, because it satisfies the need to believe that our world is fair and we have control over our life. But do we really? I mean, is there any random stuff that happens? Probably. There's probably a ton of random stuff that happens, you know. And can we really control everything? You know, why are we motivated to see this? Probably because, you know, it reduces our perceived threats. You don't want to feel threatened. You want to think, hey, if I do something good, well, something good will happen to me. So if that guy did something bad, that's horrible. But maybe that guy only did something bad because he's in a bad situation, you know. Does that kid who doesn't show up for class really not want to show up for class, or does he maybe have, you know, like a little brother at home that he needs to take care of on Thursdays, and so that's why he doesn't show up on Thursdays? You know, you gotta think about these things. It's all about just a little better belief, you know. And I'm starting to sound like a motivational speaker here, and that's kind of what I'm looking for in this particular commentary. I just want to bring something a little different, something a little more interesting than just, hey, look, there I go chasing that guy. I still am not going to stop with the, hey, look, there I go chasing that guy, but hopefully, you know, you guys will let me know if you like this a little better, and I can try and come up with some interesting topics for you guys. I like talking about cool shit like this, so it'd be great. So what else have we got here? Yeah, so we go back to this thing about Castro, and what actually happened was, after they realized that, hey, these guys aren't figuring it out, they actually just straight up told people, you know what, this guy is, he's just doing this because we told him to. He doesn't like Castro. It's just a fact, he doesn't like him. But, you know, we made him write this essay, and here it is. And would you believe that actually people still felt that in order for him to write positive things about Mr. Castro, he must have actually believed them. There's no possible way that it was a situational engagement. And again, I just think that's a little bit crazy. You know, your situation really does affect you. You're not always in a positive place in your life or in what you're doing. You know, a lot of people don't want to do negative things. They want to be good. They want to do their job properly, for example, and maybe they didn't do it properly. Maybe there's a situational reason for that, you know. But anyway, guys, like I said, my name was Mike. Hopefully that's a little bit of brain food. It's about 5 minutes left of this video, but hopefully I've given you a little bit to think about here, and I'm going to leave this video playing, let you guys finish. So yeah, that's Mike, trying something a little different with a little bit of speech here. And so let me just leave you with this, you know. Try and consider other people. Try and think, hey, you know, is that guy really a douche, or is he just in a shitty situation? Maybe offer to lend a hand. Just look out for your fellow man, and they'll look out for you. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching my video, and I'd appreciate it if you liked it. Bye.
blow my nose in your direction.
Your turret is almost lost. Your turret is almost lost. You have been killed. Killing spree. Red team dominating. Defend! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. An ally has been killed.
Longer!
Your turret is almost lost. Your turret is destroyed. It's in your face. Your base is under attack. An Your base is under attack.